Anybody who's involved in sustainability at all, or anybody who's involved in the consumption of power, we're beginning to say, why don't we look at all of our resources? And that includes, solar, wind, waste, storage, water.
We need energy at a lower cost. We need something that's renewable, that's not going to cause problems to the environment. The way we do that is different than anything that's currently out there.
If you look at the traditional wind power industry, nothing's changed in hundreds and hundreds of years. Yes, turbines have become a little bit more efficient and so forth, but we're really taking things that people have known should have created better technologies and bringing those into reality.
In this wind turbine, we are vertically axised as opposed to the horizontal axis windmill-like ones that you see commonly. Imagine a spool of thread and put it on end, like this. And then on that spool of thread, put airfoils or vanes on the outer edge. Now, elevate that off the ground by magnetically levitating it and then blow air on it. What's it going to do? It's going to spin. I'd like to compare them to a propeller airplane and a jet engine. If you look at a propeller, a lot of the air that hits a propeller bleeds off. It's not used. It goes through the gaps between the blades. It bleeds off the tips of the airfoil. That's wasted energy. Whereas in a jet engine, all the air that comes in that intake gets used.
By accelerating wind through the turbine, like anybody who's ever used a compressor, when you compress air through something, you get more power out of the other side.
There's a great outcry and uproar amongst the environmental community about the problems that these huge wind turbines make. There's the noise pollution. I mean, you can hardly hear yourself when these things are all running. There's the visual pollution of it as well. I mean, you look out on the horizon and you see tens, if not hundreds, of these large, sometimes 200-meter high towers. And then finally, you have the aspect of what it does to our ability to operate safely in an air traffic environment. Because not only do we bring a reduction, a vast decrease in those environmental effects, but we can also bring our wind turbines to any environment without those types of environmental restrictions.
Hover Energy has taken its intellectual property very seriously right from the beginning. We've been very careful to look at every aspect of the turbine and find ways that we could protect ourselves, not only in the United States, but in many markets overseas. When it comes to cost, the industry standard for measuring cost is the levelized cost of energy. The levelized cost of energy for our product is less than half what the industry standard is today.
We've already had a lot of indications from governments to leading players in Silicon Valley. Everybody else is ready for the product to hit the market. We want to work with the leading players in each market that are already in the energy business and partner with those folks so that we're in the market making a difference sooner as opposed to later. $5.6 trillion is going to be spent on our segment if you look at wind and solar between now and 2030. And it's really being driven a lot by the consumer.
We've been very intent on creating a product that was easily manufactured, easily shippable, easily reassembled and installed, lightweight, and functional. All of those things combine to be a game changer.